I didn't think that I would ever have to make a video like this. I feel like I have no choice, but I have to do this. I am like a dog guy. People that know me in the United States knew that I spent all my time, you know, training dogs, being with other trainers, just being part of dog clubs, stuff like that. And I had a service dog of my own. There's a Doberman Pinscher. She just passed away a few months ago. And I also had a Dogo Argentino. And all my friends know this. My peoples in USA know that my plan was to come to Thailand, kind of scope it out, figure it out, and then get my dog sent over here. When I was trying to inquire about getting my Doberman over here, I got news that same day when I had that thought saying, okay, I'm finally ready to bring her, that she passed away. So rest in peace to Maya. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but that was my baby girl, my service dog. Thank you, Maya, for everything you've ever done for me. It's because of Maya that I was even able to make this journey. It was because of Maya that I was able to even be my happiest in my life. I mean, she took me out of depression. She helped me with my anxiety. She was an amazing service animal. She served me greatly, and that's why I gave her everything and treated her like what she was, my family, my daughter, my baby girl. Rest in peace to her. I love her so much, guys. I mean, like, look, she's tattooed on me. You know, she's been tattooed on me since before she died. That's her name, Maya. This is a portrait of her. Most beautiful dog ever, man. But that's my baby. That's my family. It's starting to rain here a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. Maya's out of the picture, right? But Blanco, my Dogo Argentino, is still alive, is still healthy to my knowledge. And I left him with somebody that, you know, I trusted. And I gotta tell you guys what's going on now. So I had a deal, and basically it was, this man, he's a breeder himself. He breeds Presa Canario, Cane Corsos. He has the land, he has the space. I've known him, you know? I mean, he met Blanco when he was a puppy. He always loved Blanco. And we made a deal because he's trying to create his own breed, which he has successfully done now, you know? But he needed a white gene that comes from the Dogo. He's trying to breed like this harlequin colored Mastiff, right? You know, he's a guy that I trusted and I appreciated because he told me his story. He went through some stuff in his life, and I liked how he like changed his life around, and it was just very cool and inspiring, you know. So I didn't expect him to do this to me, but I left my dog with him, and the deal was that he could stud my dog. He was gonna stud about 2 litters. I helped him stud one together, and he wanted at least one other litter. So I was like, okay, it's cool. Blanco can stay with you. When you're done with that other litter, he's gonna go back to my breeder. Shout out to my breeder at AVK Dogo out there in Georgia. He is awesome. He's a super good dog trainer too. He works dogs. He has pretty badass dogs. I'm super blessed to get a dog like Blanco from him, and I really appreciate the opportunity he gave me. He trusted Blanco to me, and Blanco got everything when I was with him. You can ask anybody that knew me and Blanco. He was trained so well with obedience. By 5-6 months, I mean, he was a showstopper everywhere we went. People loved him. They wanted to ask about him because he was just that good of a dog. And I put the work in, day out. You know, Dogo Argentinos are slower at turning up for the work. If you guys understand working dogs and stuff like that, I know maybe this is gibberish to some of you, but it was kind of perfect because I put some foundation on him already. I put training on him, and I wanted to get him a little bit later when he had matured a little bit, AKA when I call back to America or when I bring him back to Thailand, because now he's going to be at a more serious age to begin working protection work. I love working protection dogs, and Dogo Argentinos are great for that. And Blanco had like the perfect temperament. He's the perfect candidate. So he's such a great dog. After all the training and everything I put into him, I mean, he has become just an exceptional dog. I would never get rid of my dog. I would never sell my dog. The plan that I had and what my so-called friend agreed to was he was going to hold him for me. When he was done, take him to my breeder, and my breeder already knew what's up. Shout out to AVK Dogo, like I said. He was going to hold Blanco for me. He has Blanco's mom, dad, uncle, brothers. He's awesome. He's got the space, the land. And he told me, yeah, whenever he's ready, he can bring Blanco over, and he'll have Blanco for me until I'm ready to get him back. Since I came to Thailand, which was in January 2023, right, I couldn't get in contact with Nick. And Nick is the guy who has the Presa Canarios. He's the guy who has Blanco that was going to take care of him for me. I couldn't get in contact with him. You know, I left Blanco there some time before I moved to Thailand to make sure he would acclimate, make sure everything would be good. He told me, oh, he's doing great. Even right before I left, I said, yo, my breeder can take Blanco now. You know what I'm saying? Are you cool? He said, no, Blanco's fine here. Da 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 da. Everything is perfect. So before I even left, it's raining, guys. I'm getting poured on. Okay, this is much better, guys. So I I'm gonna take my time with this video. I'm not gonna rush throughout this video. This is my first time really talking about it to you guys, and this is the first time I'm actually able to talk about this because it affected me so much and it stressed me out. So I'm gonna give you a long story short on what happened. So we had the deal, right? The deal was when I'm ready, I get my dog back. And my dog was going to be with my breeder by then because he was supposed to be done by now, right? I told him, you sure I can send you money every month for food, all that? He said, bro, the food's not nothing to me. Look at all the dogs I have already. Don't worry. We're fam. I got you. I'm gonna take care of Blanco. I'm gonna hook you up. Everything's gonna be okay. But this is the thing, guys. At the end of the day, he's winning still because he gets to stud my dog. My dog, I could easily stud him for $2,500 per litter. You know, he's that dog. He's expensive. He's a purebred Dogo Argentino. He comes from good working lines. This is a really, really good dog. And his temperament was amazing. I put in the work. He was living proof of that, you know? He's just an all-around perfect dog. It was awesome. When push came to shove, now it's time. And I went back to America because I couldn't really get in contact with him. I couldn't find him on nowhere. I couldn't find him on WhatsApp. I hit him up on Instagram. You know, he never hit me back. He never hit me on Instagram. So I went back to America a few months ago. And I popped up and I was just like, yo, when I popped up, it took him a while, but he opened the door. He let me in the yard. Hey, everything's good. How you doing? I'm like, bro, I'm good. What's up with Blanco? Where's Blanco? He's like, oh, Blanco's good. I had to relocate him to my cousin's house because he was getting in fights and altercations with the other dogs, which is okay. I can believe that. Sure. But if Blanco was getting in fights with the other dogs, you're supposed to take him back to my breeder when you were done anyways. Why didn't you do that? You know, and he said that, oh, I tried calling you. I tried contacting you. I don't believe that. I never got a call. I never got nothing. You know my Instagram. You know about my YouTube. You know about all that. I didn't get an email. I didn't get nothing. You know, I left information with him and I left information with my breeder. So if there was anything, I told him, if there's any issue, you hit up my breeder. He told me, no, you know, I don't, you know me, I barely even know how to use the phone. I don't, this and that and the third. I'm not buying it. I told him, okay, well, either way, I'm coming back. I'm getting Blanco back. He said, oh, well, now is it we're really going to start cashing out on him. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, because my partner, my cousin, got a female Dogo, and now they're going to start breeding. And I'm like, okay, I see. Well, you know what? I don't want to mess up your plans. I told him, like, I'm not going to mess up your plans. I'll let you breed Blanco because I'm still grateful that you took care of him, you know, while I've been gone. But I am coming back, and, you know, we had a deal. He's my dog. He's like, yeah, it's all good. We'll work that. So when are you coming back? I said, I'm not exactly sure, but very soon, probably within this next month. I said something like that, you know, within this next month, 2 weeks or something. I just said something to get him ready because in my head, I was like, something's up. You know, I could feel it. I'm like, I wanted to see how he would react and what he was saying. He was like, okay, yeah, we'll work something out. So something was just super fishy. I ended up coming back to Thailand because, you know, I had to come back to Thailand. I had a round trip. I still had stuff to do here. Still had my stuff. But I had to finish things here in Thailand before I relocated. So in my head, I'm about to come back. Like, I'm about to move back to Atlanta, guys. I was going to come back to Georgia. Forget about YouTube. Forget about everything. This is my dog. This is my son. This is my reason. These dogs are the reason that I even really came out here. There's more to the story that you guys don't know. But I have a plan. I had a plan, you know, to bring my dogs out here and stuff like that and get into the working scene with dogs and stuff like that. That's what I want to do. You know, Maya's passed, sadly. And then, you know, I still have Blanco. That's my responsibility. And it felt weird and disingenuous, you know, the things that he told me. I didn't buy it. So I asked him to send me pictures of Blanco and stuff. After I left, I went back to Thailand. He didn't respond to me for half a month. And I'm stressing out. Like, yo, this guy's, now he's dodging me. And I could tell something was up. Then he hits me with a text. And I'm going to show you guys the whole conversation. I don't know. This is me talking to you guys right now. I have a lot going on in my head. This is the first time I've been able to talk about it without having like a panic attack. Believe it or not, this got me so bad that when I came back to Thailand, I was going to move back. I couldn't physically leave Thailand. I went to the hospital 3 times in 1 month. They had to check my heart. They checked my, they did a whole ton of tests on me. I had chronic anxiety, depression. It was like a crippling depression. I couldn't do anything. You guys know on my channel, I wasn't posting for a while. That's why. I ended up getting GERD, acid reflux. GERD is triggered when you eat certain things and stuff. Yeah, but I've been eating spicy, drinking, doing all types of stuff. But stress is one of the main things that spikes up the GERD. And that's what I ended up getting, guys. It was so bad because of my stress. I couldn't even leave the house sometimes. My whole body was numb. My whole body was heavy. I would get panic attacks, anxiety attacks. You know, I have friends that have been, who know, in Thailand, who were with me, part of this journey, supporting me, helping me, being there for me while I was going through all these things, and they really, I'm grateful for you guys. Thank you for every single one of you. Shout out to all of you. You know who you are. That you guys were there for me in the hardest moments where I was going through a lot. I really appreciate and love you guys for that. Thank you so much. And I'll never forget that. And let me tell you what riled me up the most, guys. This is when it happened, because when he finally texted me back, half a month later of him ignoring my text, he texts me back saying, hey, my cousin loves the dog. Sorry, but there's no way you can get him back. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, maybe you can get a puppy of him if you want, but there's no way you can get him back. I'm like, bro, let's not go there. We had a deal. This is my son. Don't play with me. Like, I'm going to show you the messages so you can read them for yourself. You're going to see for yourself that he was trying to pull this tactic because he got what he wanted. Now he has his Harlequin Mastiffs, which I congratulated him for that. I was, I'm proud of him that he followed through his dream, but he knew that I had my dream. So when he was done, he had to give my dog back to my breeder because he's my dog. I never sold my dogs. I never got rid of my dogs, and I would never do that. Everybody who knows me knows that I was so particular and crazy with my dog. I was so particular. Like, they went everywhere with me. They slept on the bed with me sometimes. I'm a trainer, but dog, they were my family. My whole day consisted of hiking with them, being out with them, training them. Everybody knows how cuckoo I was with my dogs, man, and I still love them. And, Blanco's alive. That's my responsibility. That's my son. So I get that he's awesome and he wants to keep him, but you can't do that. You can't just take him from under the rug like that, So he ended up telling me, no, this, that, and the third, da-da-da-da. If you want him back, it's going to be $5,000. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's not the deal that we had. Now he's trying to extort me for my dog or something. It seems like that. He's like, if you want a puppy, we can get a puppy, $2,500. Anyway, guys, I'm going to show you the text messages now. And after I show you this, I know this sounds kind of negative, but I'm going to tell you all the good that came out of this experience. And I'm going to tell you guys why I appreciate you, too, for being here with me on this journey and for watching this long. You're going to see at the end, I would never get rid of my dogs. But he kind of gave me an ultimatum. He's like, you can't have your dog. You got to give me $5,000 for your dog. I'm like, what? That wasn't our deal. You got to stud him out. You knew when you were done, you take him back to the breeder. So, I don't know. It makes me skeptical. Why is he asking for that money? I think maybe he just sold him for $5,000 or something. And maybe to get him back, he needs to give the guy $5,000 or something maybe. But I asked him, is this really the route you want to go? Because I don't want to go this route, but I'll do anything for my dogs, I was so mad. I was so frustrated. I was so mad. It was so bad. It put me in the hospital. It put me in the hospital. I'm healthier now. I'm eating again. I'm doing a little exercise here and there again. I'm not getting these anxiety attacks, these panic attacks. It's been months later. You know what I'm saying? It took that long for me to recover, but now that I'm good, it's time for me to go to war for Blanco, for my dog. I got to get my dog back. And I don't know what I can do, except get on here and just ask you guys, what do you think I can do? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What are my options, guys? What do you think I should do in this situation? I want to come to you first because he's not a trustable person. After all of this, you just can't trust him. Anybody who buys a dog from him, you know what? This is another thing he did. Look, Blanco had a litter with one of his dogs, which is Presa, and he sold them as a purebred Presa Canario when they're half Dogo Argentino. That's not honest, so that makes me question all of his other motives if you're going to sell a dog to like that. I have screenshots I'm going to show you on his Facebook. He posted them as UKC registered Presa Canario puppies. UKC registered dogs are supposed to be purebred. That paperwork is falsified. That's not real paperwork. He's scammed whoever bought those dogs. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to scam me, and he scammed whoever bought those dogs. That's not fair. I've got pictures. I've got proof that Blanco is the father of that litter. And if you bought a dog from him and you don't believe me, take him to the vet, get a DNA test. I 100,000,000% guarantee you it's going to be 50% Dogo and then 50% whatever his dog was. Because he claims they're purebred Presas, but if he's doing this, it could be all types of stuff. I don't know. But I know my dog is a purebred Dogo Argentino. Comes from a great breeder. Like I said, shout out AVK Dogo there in Georgia. Now I'm in Thailand doing this dog stuff. And guys, I'm helping out at a shelter. I'm talking to people that work in dog clubs. It's really fun. I'm going to get back into the dog stuff, and I might get another puppy here soon because I always have more than one dog. That's just always been my thing. Even when I had Maya, I fostered other dogs, took care of them until they got a new home and stuff. I help people out like that. Maya's gone now, and, I'm going through a lot here, and I want to get another puppy, get back into it. But I'm also going to fight for Blanco because that's still my dog. Blanco's still my dog, and I want to have him back. I want my dog back. I hope he's alive. I've asked him for pictures. I've asked him for all sorts of stuff. He never sent me a fresh picture, a new picture. He can't even send me a video. I said, let me talk to the guy that has him now. He won't even connect me with him. I don't know what's actually going on. So I'm gonna show you guys the text messages. You let me know what you think, guys, and then yeah, we'll go from there.
All right, guys. I'm about to start reading this to give you guys some context, but this is me texting him before everything went down. And I said, Cruella is fire, bro. So Cruella is one of Blanco's puppies from the first litter that they mated, half Dogo, half Presa. And then I was like, it was great seeing her because she was actually there when I got there, but Blanco wasn't there that day that I went back to America a couple months ago. So I'm super happy you finally got the Mastiffs that you were envisioning, bro. Manifestation at its finest. Been thinking about Blanco a lot lately. I remember when you were just telling me about, your plans, whatever. Yeah, so the next letter is gonna be fire. This is all filler basically. But now let's get to the important part. If you look, I told him when when you have time, bro, if your cousin could send me recent pics of Blanco, I would appreciate it. He didn't respond to me for days. So then I texted him again. Also, can I get his number? Maybe it's easier that way. Okay, so here on this part, I was just getting kind of desperate because he wasn't answering me. And I said, "What's up, bro? What's the word on Blanco?" I'm thinking in a couple months moving back to America and getting him, bro. He should have knocked the new Dogo female up by then. And either way, if you want to continue studying him out, while I have him, we can always do that too. I'll just have him living with me and pop up when she's in heat. So we've already discussed this in person, but I just put it on text because I kind of had a hunch that something like this would kind of maybe happen. And I just made sure that it was on there, you feel me, so that I could have everything on text just in case he tried to go some other way with it. And then look what happens. Then he says, Bro, Blanco's with my cousin and he loves the dog. He ain't going nowhere now. You can get a pup on the low when they mate, but Blanco isn't up for discussion. Best I can do, bro. Wow. Saw that coming. So I texted back, I hope you receive this message with an open mind and an open heart. You and I are both men that have aspirations and dreams. Yours was to create the beautiful breed that you have now, and mine was to set myself up in a position to give my dogs the best life they can get once I return home from overseas. You finally got what you wanted, and Blanco was of good use to you. On my end, I finally put myself in the position I dreamed about so that I could spend all my time full time with both of my dogs. Sadly, Maya died when I was abroad, so I can take even better care of Blanco now, with it being one dog. You know I live for my dogs. I still have one that's living and breathing on this earth, and I will take care of him until the day he's gone. He is my family. I know your cousin loves him. Who wouldn't? It's Blanco. Don't forget how much work I put in the first year and couple months of his life as a puppy for him to be what he is. Reality is that Blanco is my son and will always be. I'm grateful for the care that you gave Blanco while I've been gone, but I don't know your cousin. I hope the care is just as good, but regardless, before I left, we made an agreement that no matter how long I took, Blanco isn't going anywhere, and I would get him back when I'm ready, no matter how many years it took. I told you if you had to get rid of Blanco for whatever reason to tell me. I have a place for him to be held with his original breeder until I get back. But I helped you with your mission. Now Blanco is elsewhere because of whatever reason you stated before. But our agreement is still our agreement. I hope that you'll honor your word as a man. I don't care about a new puppy, etc. Blanco is my boy. Once I land in USA, no matter how long it takes for me to do so, my only mission is being with my son Blanco again. It's going to happen whether you and your cousin choose to cooperate or not by any means necessary. And that is not up for discussion. So, guys, I just want to clarify by saying I know this is really long and it's probably boring. If you guys want to skip it, I suggest you not to if you really want to know the gist of everything that happens because the reason I'm repeating myself to him through text is because he knows that he's wrong in this sense and he knows that he's lying. So I need to have it written down so that things were clear on what we agreed upon. And you're going to see how he tries to, swivel his way out of it by the way he words what he says. All right, so now he's trying to play the victim here when he says, "Bro, that text feels a little threatening. Since you took it there, the dog is not in my care. I'm sure you can work something out with my people, but he already said he won't get rid of him for less than 5K, since he been taking care of him for a year. I'm out of it since the dog had become unmanageable. I had to do what was best for my family and my other dogs. You can take one of his pups and start over. You do what you need to." I responded. Just to be clear, if it sounds threatening, my apologies for the misunderstanding. That's the last thing intended to insinuate. It's all love. I'm just saying I'm getting Blanco back regardless. And I'm not paying 5K. That was not our deal, bro. I don't care how long he been taking care of Blanco. I don't know him or need to talk with him. My deal was with you, not him, bro. I did ask for his number and I didn't receive anything yet. So, yeah, guys, this is just like me at this point clarifying things on not letting him try to put himself in a position where he's trying to make it look like he had a reason to do what he did. Then he hits me with, bro, I will pass on the message and then I'm out of it. But as I said, 5K is his price. He ain't going to bunge on that price. So Blanco is 5K. A pup is 2,500. I'm out of it from here. Next text is you have 5K and want to buy Blanco from him. His words, not mine. So I texted him, can I speak with him? I need his information to talk about it. Obviously, he's not sending me it. I don't know what he's up to, but he never sent me anything. I've asked him multiple times already. You see, if he's being genuine and true, the least he can do is just let me talk to the guy. I at least wanted to see a picture of Blanco, FaceTime Blanco. Like, let me see that my dog is still alive. You know what I'm saying? Let me see that he's okay. And he hits me with this. Bro, to be honest with you, after you left, within 4 months, we tried contacting you about Blanco and where we can take him. As he was fighting too much, we tried to contact you and the guy who lived near me. You never checked on Blanco and you never advised us when you would be coming back. Then you show up a year and a half later demanding him back like we owe you something. We did you a favor buying him off of you to make your Thailand dream happen. I have to pause here. This cracks me up because I was going to go to Thailand regardless. Blanco didn't need to stay with him. I did him the favor by leaving Blanco there so he could stud him for his dream breed or whatnot. And afterwards, he was supposed to take into my breeder, and he knows it. He's just typing stuff like this so that he looks like he's the good guy because, he has a business. He has a reputation to uphold, and he's just typing this way to not look bad. So continuing his message, he says, you never communicated with us you ever wanted him back. You never called to see how he was or if we needed anything to assist in his well-being. And that is BS. He knows there was ways to contact me. My goal was always to get him back, and he knew that, guys. So I did reach out to him a few times, actually, and he just never hit me back up. So let's keep reading. He continues saying, we took matters into our hands and made the best decision for Blanco. He is well kept and safe. Okay, if that's the case, send me a picture. Let me see him. If you want him back, it's 5K, not a penny less. We have cared for him, fed him, kept up to date with his medication and health care. I don't understand how you think you're going to get the dog back for anything less than that. It has been a job. Without pay, if you want him back, 5K, and he is yours. The other option is $2,500 for one of his pups. Thanks for understanding, and please do not text unless you are inquiring about purchasing Blanco at the above price or one of his pups when they are born. We can take your deposit on a pup whenever they hit the ground. Hilarious. And then he says, thanks. So I respond here, this is simply not true, and from the jump, the agreement was Blanco was always mine and still would be when I returned. I took the $400 deposit, and once I returned, the deal was give back the $400, and you made money off of breeding Blanco whether you fed him and took care of him or not. That was the agreement. And let me explain this part, guys. I took an initial $400 deposit from him when we bred Blanco the first time. We bred Blanco together with his dog for $400. I did him that favor, which was still extremely cheap. But when I moved, I told him that I was grateful for the fact that he's taking care of him. When I get back, I'll even give him the $400 back for the care that he was giving Blanco. So that's where this $400 comes up from. It wasn't selling him. Nobody sold him. That's literally what that deposit was for initial stud fee, and I told him that I was going to give it back to him. So continuing on the message, I said, I took the $400 deposit, and once I returned, the deal was give back the $400, and you made money off of breeding Blanco, whether you fed him and took care of him or not. That was the agreement. You never officially bought him from me. I never sold my dog, and I tried contacting you multiple times, and I never got nothing. I even asked a friend to go to your house and knock, and he said he went and no one was home. I also messaged you on Instagram in October, and I got nothing. I had to physically pull up and fly to USA to check for myself, bro, and you said you don't use IG, but recently have been using it, because he was putting posts and stuff like that, guys, like recently. I'm like, I find it crazy, and trying to word it like I don't care about my dogs when you know the reason I even came to Thailand was to eventually return to my dogs once my mission here was done. Now you switched up like this and now are demanding money even for one of his puppies after you got what you wanted? I continue to say, I wish you and your family the best always, but this is wrong and you know it. Why didn't you tell me this when I just saw you in person last month? I told you I'm thinking about coming back, and you said, oh, well, now is we're going to start doing business with Blanco and start making real money. I said, it's all about the money for you, bro. And I'm not demanding anything more than you to follow with your word. The problem is that when I show up, Blanco isn't even where he's supposed to be. He's supposedly somewhere else, and you can't even show me a recent picture or video of how he's doing, or where he's at, or tell me where he is or who he's with. How do you think that's going to make me feel? It just seems like funny business to me. You're basically holding the dog up for ransom now for 5K, and you know that wasn't our agreement, bro. So here I continue, and I shouldn't even said that he was a good man, but I said it. I said, I know you're a good man, and I'm just trying to understand this whole situation, bro. It's not making sense. I get that it became troublesome, and that really does suck, but it was never communicated to me. And I hear you saying that you tried. I truly do, but it still never happened. Just like I tried communicating with you and never got an answer back. Either way, from the jump, you were aware that it could take even up to 3 years, for example, and it hasn't even been two yet. I'm not arguing or trying to accuse you of anything wrong. I'm just stating the facts, and you need to understand, brother, this is a special thing to me. This dog is special to me. You know how I am with my dogs. I'm not trying to fuck up the bag either. I told you I was willing to let Blanco stud his new bitch anytime. So at this point, guys, I'm over here like just I got blindsided. Like I wasn't expecting him to do this. I kind of was, but it was just a shocker. Let's put it that way. So, I got a lot of emotions going on at this time. I'm trying to keep my cool, and I did. I think I did a good job of keeping my cool, but I'm trying to give him a chance to be real and just be honest about the whole situation, right? So he proceeds to say, bro, we checked with you multiple times right after you left. You never answered us. You went MIA. And that's BS, guys. I mean, it just never happened. It's frankly just not true. I never bred Blanco, never made no money off the dog outside of that one litter. The money ain't the issue. My number never changed. You never checked on the dog until you came back 1.5 years later. That's a lot of food, time, and money. No one is going to part with the dog after all of that. Blanco is good. He is happy in a good place. My people are loving on him. Had you made any sort of attempt to contact, I can see your point, but nothing, not a single call, not a single message in IG or FB. Then out of nowhere, you show up and think, oh, by the way, I want my dog. Fam, it don't work like that. To be honest, if it were me and you had my dog for almost 2 years, I'd be happy to hear he is still alive. No way would I demand him back after the family invested their heart into him. Blanco has a price now, and my people ain't coming off of that price. You may get the discount on a pup. He bought another AKC female. He is invested now. You should have stayed in touch, kept the channel of communication open. You chose to stay unconnected, and I had to make a decision that was best for Blanco. Be happy. He is being loved on daily. Please stop with all of this book texting. I am now removed from this dilemma. When puppies drop, you can get first dibs, but no, there will be a fee of at least $2,000. Okay, guys, so at this point, we see what he's doing here. He's trying to, just hope that I comply. And that wasn't the deal. I'm not complying. This is my dog. We had a deal. I don't care what he says. I know he's trying to rephrase it in a way to make me look bad, make it look like I abandoned Blanco, but that's not the case. I reached out multiple times. He also said that I didn't hit him up on IG. Boom, here's a screenshot. Okay, here's a picture of me reaching out on October 11th. You can clearly see that I did reach out on Instagram. This is his page that I'm messaging right here. And I said, Nick, how's everything going? It's Oni. How is Blanco? At this point, I was really desperate because I wasn't getting nothing from him for months, so I hit him up on IG. I hit him up on IG and I told him he knows it and he's just trying to BS me. So Facebook, that's true. I didn't hit him up on Facebook because I didn't have Facebook up until a couple months ago. I never used Facebook. So, but either way, his direct line didn't work, didn't magically work. I couldn't even find him on WhatsApp. The only reason the WhatsApp is working now is because I saw him in person and I added him right there in front of him. So I don't know why it worked this time. Maybe I was blocked or something before. I don't know. But I'm just being real and telling you my experience. Okay, but so in response to what he said, I told him, and if Blanco was really that much of an issue, I also told you from the beginning that I could take him back to his original breeder. And I showed you him and his information. I was telling you before I left I could take him back there, and you said no, he was good there. This is the main part that I'm not computing. And now you think I'm going to pay 5,000? You chose to keep him there. He texts me back saying, after I sent him the screenshot too, so he don't have an excuse about me not trying to contact him on IG. He says, bro, we called like crazy when we deciding what to do with him. So I tell him, the text never went through to you either, I guess. I only had your number and texted multiple times. I've since changed phones, so I don't have the text anymore. Now he hit me with the, you should have called. I wasn't using IG. I hired someone to handle that shit. Bro, it is what it is. I'm sorry you feel some type of way. I could have easily said Blanco ran away or died. I was up front with you, and now you are expecting him back when I haven't owned him in over a year and a half. Which is, guys, I did call, by the way, so just, I know what he's doing. He's typing things in a way to make him look good, so just keep that in mind. All right, guys, he just exposed himself right here because at this point of this text, when we're texting on this very day, it is June 6th. I arrived in Thailand January 2023. January 2nd is when I arrived. And this is June 6th of 2024. So it's been 1 year and a half that I've been overseas. And he just said that he hasn't had Blanco for over a year and a half. So that means he didn't have Blanco since before I left. You know, what it is to me is that I told him my plan and what I was doing and I left. And he just, I think, got rid of Blanco right away after he got his dogs pregnant. Did what he needs to do. I think he just got rid of him right away for some money or whatever. I'm not sure. It's just my hunch, you know. And because if he didn't have the dog for over a year and a half, that's crazy. He should have told me while I was still in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Before I flew out. So it's just not making sense to me. I'm gonna keep reading. And another thing too, guys, he was supposed to, and we agreed upon that he would take Blanco back to my breeder whenever he was done. That could have just been in like 2 or 3 months. He didn't have to have Blanco as long as he did. He chose to keep Blanco there. And he told me that even if Blanco stayed, he wouldn't go nowhere. He would take care of him if he decided to keep Blanco with him, right? And if Blanco had to go anywhere, he would go back to my breeder. So it just doesn't make sense. It's a lot of excuses. You know, he had my breeder's number and everything. I made sure I gave that to him beforehand. So I'm going to continue reading so you guys can see. So he says, he started acting up right after you left. We called and text, where do you want us to take him? No answer from you, no response. As I said, if he meant that much to you, then you needed to stay in contact with us. You chose not to, which that's not true. He says, bro, I don't know what else to say. My spirit is fine. I did all I could. He is with another family with a tight bond. Not gonna even attempt to get in the middle of that. My people said 5K for Blanco. Nothing else will be entertained. So I texted him, why didn't you contact his breeder? I showed you his Instagram and everything. I showed you Blanco's father, uncle, etc. on his page too. If the bond is so tight, why is he willing to let him go for 5K? Because it's about the money at the end of the day. That's what I'm telling him. I know what kind of person he is, and he's showing his true colors. He just cares about money. Bro, I don't know his breeder or his IG. I call people when I need them. I don't IG people. He doesn't want to let him go. But if he were to, he will take 5K. He knows you ain't going to pay that. He loves his dogs. The family loves the dogs. Bro, let it go and start over like you have to do with Maya. Guys, look, so see, he's trying to just like hurt my feelings now. I don't know. I guess he's just getting annoyed that I'm, you know, fighting for my dog. And it's funny because who's this mystery guy? He hasn't shown me a picture of the guy, shown me a picture of my dog, given me the contact. If it's nothing shady, just let me talk with the guy. Let me check on my dog. Let me check on Blanco. And then he hits me with a low blow saying, bro, let it go. Start over like you have to do with Maya. Because he knows that Maya passed. And he knows what Maya meant to me. He knows how special she was for me. So after that, you know, I realized, okay, he's doing this. He's trying to be not a good person with it. And he's, you know, trying to choose this route with me. So now I'm not going to, like, you know, hold my punches back or anything either. And things are clear. Then he hits me 3 minutes later. I have a Merle Bullshitio Mastiff you can get for 400, 6 months old. That's his little breed that he made or whatever. I don't want that garbage. I want my dog working lines. It's good. Yeah, I don't want none of that. He's just doing that to do a low blow. So cool. So I say, I tried being cool about the situation. I'm not going to negotiate anything other than our original deal. I need my dog back how we discussed originally, and that's it. If you refuse, then like I said, I'm going to have to just be on my mission to get him back. Are you sure you want to go this route? It's not by any means a violent threat against you. I'm just saying I got to get my dog back, and you're not cooperating, so I'm going to do everything in my power to get him back. Last chance, bro. Let me know, and Blanco can be picked up ASAP. The reason I said it can be picked up ASAP, guys, is because I'm communicating with my breeder throughout this whole process. Like, my breeder knows what's up. My breeder's like, yeah, bro, let me know whenever, just where and when, and I'll go pick Blanco up. And, you know, my breeder has the space, he has the land, he has Blanco's family and everything. And my breeder already decided that he would hold Blanco for me until I was ready. Now he says, bro, stop texting me about Blanco. I don't have the dog. I'm saving these texts and filing a police complaint as this is now harassment. Go ahead, bro. Your text is threatening, and I will leave it at do what you feel you need to do. I will do what I have to do. Again, do not text me about this matter. You abandoned the dog. We reached out several times to you. We had to get rid of the dog as he had become unruly and violent. The new owner wants nothing to do with you as he took care of the dog for almost a year and a half. He has advised his price $5K, which is compensation for food and health care of the dog over that time. As I stated, he will not take less than that. To be honest, he doesn't even want to be involved in this any further. So please accept this message. Our last correspondence. I have asked you to stop threatening me. I am taking legal action moving forward. After I read that, guys, I understand. He told me to stop, right? So there's nothing else I can do. So I'm not going to text him back. At this point, I'm just going to handle things my way. And he proceeds to call me 3 times. Guys, I don't answer because I know what he's doing. And I know if he's on the phone, I don't know what he's capable of saying. So this is why I text him back. I'm caught up right now, busy, and cannot answer. If you have anything else to say to me, please just text it. And he hits me back. Just wanted to have a convo about this Blanco situation before we get into a legal situation. Sure, whatever you want to say, just text it though. So then he goes, what's interesting is you knew to contact us on WhatsApp when you got back, but you never contacted us for the 18 months you've been gone. Had you done so, we could have arranged for Blanco to go wherever you wanted him to go. We tried to call you countless times to arrange to do something with the dog. You changed your number. Our number never changed. We were the only constant in this equation. You voided any arrangement you thought we had when you lost contact with us. I'm sorry you feel the way you do, but my spirit is fine. I did everything I could to reach you, and now Blanco's with another owner living his best life. He's happy. If you truly care for Blanco, you would let it be. The dog is happy, but if you really want to have a dog like Blanco, buy a pup when they drop. It's the best that I can do for you. My people no longer want to even sell Blanco back to you because of the threatening tone you place in the text. Be considerate of all parties. Think about how we kept Blanco alive. He is healthy and happy, unlike Maya. Be grateful that after 18 months, you can still have the opportunity to get a fresh start with one of Blanco's offsprings. Your choice once they hit the ground. The price is $2,500. You have plenty of time to get your finances in order as she won't be in heat for a few months from now. Again, it's out of my hands, but I can tell you that my people don't like the threatening type text. They already took Blanco off the table as a purchase option. Keep it civil so you can at the very least get a pup. And if you want, I can talk to them to get the better price for you. But you won't get pick of the litter. Again, my apologies, but you put us all in a position none of us wanted to be in. Your silence and lack of communication during the 18 months led us here. And guys, we know he's just running with this. This is a story he decided to run with, that I didn't try contacting him and stuff like that when he ghosted me, but that's okay. So I told him straight up, the way you order and phrase things in your messages is to make yourself look good in this situation, and I'm over it. I'll deal with it my way since you want to continue just lying. I explained that I tried reaching out and never got anything. Your WhatsApp now magically works. I've had your number since day one. I hit you on IG where you're active on it. I've never once threatened you, and you know it. I also tried getting Blanco to his breeder before I left, but you said y'all were enamored and could watch him for me, and he was the inside the doghouse even. So I let him stay there and still told you if anything happens while I'm gone, just take him back to the breeder. You manipulated me into believing all was well. Also, it was 16 months, not 18. Let me clarify this, guys. At the time when I went back to Georgia, it was actually 16 months that I was overseas. So it was a year and 4 months when I had got back. And he said he didn't have Blanco for over a year and a half. So that doesn't make sense. And this conversation is a year and a half later because he didn't, respond to me right away. So this is why we're having this conversation a year and a half later after I initially went to Thailand. But reality is that when I popped up on him, it was 16 months after. So then I told him, you got rid of Blanco as soon as I left, and you know you're wrong. You can keep lying if you want, but I stand strong and firm in my truth. Take care, and don't text me again unless you're giving me my dog back. Told him straight up, because at this point, I see what he's doing. There's no need to talk about anything else unless I'm getting Blanco back. Now he proceeds to say, final text since you called me a liar and manipulative. I'm out of it completely since you claim my text to make it seem I'm right. You are the same way. You never reached out to us 18 months ago. I didn't use IG. I really still don't. I have so many unread messages. It's hilarious. If you wanted to reach me, you had my number and address. You could have wrote a letter. So my thoughts as this, I tried everything to reach you. The dog was unruly, caused all sorts of problems, getting out constantly, wasn't going to take a chance on him biting someone or attacking a neighbor's dog or pet. Yeah, right. He is no longer in my possession. The new owner stated his price, but now based on the tone of your text, wants nothing to do with you. Doesn't even want to sell you a puppy now. Bro, take care. I'm sorry you feel the way you do. I wish I had the ability to help you, but it's been too long with no contact or heads up. No one in their right mind would even think after 18 months that the dog was still yours. Move on, bro. Don't ever text me about that fucking dog again. Okay, guys, so I did exactly as you wished. I have nothing to talk about with him either. I see that he's just not willing to comply. He decided to, go this route and just, screw me over. Literally, this is what's happening. So I don't know what else to do. I'm not going to get violent about it. I'm not going to do nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how much you can get enraged in a situation like this, guys, you don't want to do anything that could potentially get you in trouble. It's not worth it. And it's not fair for anybody, not even, especially for Blanco, So I just hope that he's okay. I hope that he is safe. Even though he claims that he is, I haven't seen a single photo, heard nothing. I would like to see a video call, something, but he couldn't even give me that. He just said nope.
I just want to let something clear, guys. I would never, ever, ever sell my dog. Selling my dog was never in the question, okay? That's complete nonsense. We had a deal. He didn't honor the deal. It's as simple as that. That's still my dog. He should have just took him to the breeder if there was any issue. If there was fighting going on, whatever. He got his litters anyway. Take my dog to the breeder like we discussed. Why didn't you do that? You guys know me. I'm an honest person. I come on the channel. I bring positivity. I bring good vibes. It sucks that I have to bring a video like this on the channel, but let me talk about the positive stuff that came out of this. Because I didn't move back to Atlanta, I was able to integrate myself with dog people out here doing big things. And I found a spot for myself here in North Thailand where I can help animals in need. I go on rescue missions with my friend Paula. She owns a shelter. We have another friend named P. Mali. She has a bunch of animals that need help. And I think I am someone who can offer some kind of help here. So you guys already know, if you've been watching my other videos, that what I'm doing, how we're helping the dogs, and what my plans are. And you don't know everything yet, but you're going to see more soon. And this is a super beautiful, good opportunity, and I have purpose. I have purpose. My dream was always be in a place where I can help dogs, help animals. And it's just crazy how everything kind of manifested, just happened. I feel like God was like, yo, you want to go? I get it. You want Blanco? But you got big things coming that you need to do here. And this is why I had to get sick and go through all these things and go through such a bad struggle and go to the very bottom so that I could come up. Guys. And God help me. I really do attribute this to God. I'm being so serious. I've prayed and prayed. God has been there for me. As imperfect as I am, he's been good to me. He's been great. And I pray that Blanco's okay, that he's safe, that he's alive. I don't want to go there and say there's something bad, but you never know. I don't even have a picture of him. He hasn't shown me anything. And I don't know what to believe from him anymore. At this point, I just want to save people from getting a headache, save people from going, buying a dog from him or dealing with a person like this. It's just not fair. I do have hope that I get Blanco back still. I do have hope that I get him back one day. I don't know how. I don't know when. But guess what? That's God's plan. We never know the how, the what, the when, the why. We just know that God's going to give us what we need and what we truly want when we have good intentions and we have pure intentions. I had nothing to hide. I'm an authentic person. You guys know that. I have nothing to be here and try to BS you about. And people know my dogs is my life, So I'm proud of myself that I'm able to even speak about this now without freaking out. I was literally getting these crippling panic attacks talking about it. But now I'm ready. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to move and do whatever I need to do for Blanco. So let me know, guys, what you recommend, if you have any ideas of what I could do. I'm super grateful for you guys, everybody watching, everybody who's tuning in, everybody who's been watching till this moment. I know it's a long video. I know I'm yapping, I'm rambling, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my dog, for my family, for my son. Love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm sure I missed a lot. This is just me talking for the first time, and I'm sure there's a lot of key points that I missed, but I'm just tired. I'm tired. This is a very exhausting thing to talk about. As soon as I talk about it, I feel like balling up in my chest, you know, tense and stressed. So I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna relax a bit and just leave things in God's hands, guys. So love you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Like I said, comment down below what you think I should do. Stay positive. Remember that when anything negative happens in your life, something good can come out of it. There's a lot of good that came out of this, even though this is crazy. One of the hardest things I've been through. I'm so grateful to God, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Love you guys. Stay grateful. Stay positive. Take care.